thank you to our patrons for helping make this podcast possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boys, Rav and Bill, back at it again, Void FM. And today we have two very special guests and more. And more than two people. We have two of them and more. We have...
Actually, he's and more. I'm the ellipses.
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
We have both halves of and more with us today. Square, say something.
Hey.
That's Square. And we got No One Important.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. The gang is here. A big chunk of EXO is here on this call. This feels like, and the fact that I can see everyone on cam feels like we're about to like plan something, like scheme. We look like we're scheming. This is the Shadow EXO meeting.
Yeah. We're all like underneath, like doing this right here.
Yeah, we're planning what we're going to do with James and Roger, and we're just...
That's what I've been doing with my hands this whole time.
Exactly. Just Birdman hands just down here the whole time.
Thank you guys for coming on. We're very excited to have you on. We were going to have you eventually. We were thinking, hey, eventually these guys will come on. Eventually they'll want to come on. But you finally decided you wanted to hop on. And for good reason, too.
Yeah.
You guys have something very special that you've made.
Very special.
We do. We have a new project dropping on the 30th of August at midnight.
On the 30th.
It's the 30th of August.
The 30th.
Yeah, you guys.
You ain't seen no 30th, more 30th than this.
Exactly.
Yeah, for real. It's called Existences and More. It's the third of the Existence trilogy, the third and final of the Existence trilogy.
You say final, but what if there's going to be a set of prequels in the future, a prequel trilogy?
Yeah, I mean, that's like,
Spin-offs.
this is, okay, so technically, Existence is Existential was the fourth one.
Okay.
This is Futile,
the sixth
fifth
one.
This is the sixth one, and then we're gonna go back and do the first three.
The first three, yeah. Do you
Yeah.
have plans? I hope there's gonna be pod racing.
Well, the first one is gonna have this really great character that everyone's gonna love, and no one is gonna question. But he's kind of silly. But don't worry, you'll love him.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
But then eventually we'll kill him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you kill
That's
him
fair.
on this album, the sixth one?
No, he dies pretty much after everyone hates him in the first
Oh,
one.
that's so unfortunate. I can't fathom a world why they would hate this new character. I mean, it seems like everyone should love him,
Yeah, it's crazy. But, it is what it is. We're really excited about this project, though, and excited to be on the podcast with y'all.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Also excited to be on tour with y'all.
Oh shit, that's right. We're going on tour, baby.
Oh, that old thing.
KeepTheChangeTour.com.
Get your tickets now or
Later.
that. Or later. Okay, yeah, I like that better. Just later. Yeah.
But don't procrastinate too long. Get them now. Actually, forget the later part. Get them now or later in the day today.
Yeah. Or like
Set
later
an
is
alarm.
relative. Like it could be later, could be like in 3 seconds, So
Now could have been later for earlier.
Right. This technically is, This is now and later.
Wow.
Okay, so before we talk
again.
about this album, right?
Yes.
I think it would be a good idea to just talk about y'all as a duo a little bit for those who aren't as familiar with y'all. Given that some might not even be aware of the fact that y'all have been working together for over a decade now.
God damn.
Yeah, y'all
old
as
That's
hell.
crazy.
Old.
Yeah.
In this thing. Yeah. We met in Austin 2012, I think. 2012 at the Austin Mic Exchange. Shout out, RIP, all that good stuff.
The world was saved because y'all met each other. Otherwise, 2012 was going to be it.
Right.
Yeah.
then
Right.
y'all met
Also,
each other.
Square met his wife there too.
Hell
it's just
yeah.
like-
Less important, less significant. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But, right. I'm no one important and she's less important. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her real name.
The government name, less important.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think the open mic was a really big moment for all of us. It was like uh I moved to Austin in 2011, so it was my first like real community in Austin. I will say though, I think early on, Nolan and I kind of saw each other and was like, "Oh, you're doing something that I'm doing that I don't think like we connected in a way that we didn't really connect with other people there."
Was it
So
after you guys saw each other perform?
Yeah.
Did you
I
feel
would say
some
so.
like click?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like because you get a lot of at the time especially, and this changed because I'm talking about early in the AMX, but like when you go to local shows, you get a lot of like recreation of stuff. You get like you had like boom bap stuff, you had stuff that sounded like Houston stuff, you had like certain things, and I feel like he was the only person that I saw there early that was like, oh, this dude's trying to do like a modern thing,
Yeah.
like his
Yeah.
own
Right.
thing.
Right.
That's dope.
exactly.
And then as it grew, there were more people like that. But like, I just like right off the bat, we clicked and had like the same language. I think we both were trying to come at it from the same perspective, which when we were young, a lot of it was like flexing on some dumb shit, but not like normally. Like, we got together, we did a collaboration. I did a hook for him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Ballad
he
of a
was on.
Jupiterian.
Yeah, and then he was on Alphabet Soup,
Yep.
a song that I was gonna not use. Then he put his verse on it and like resurrected it for
Oh,
the
yeah.
album of Brick Walls. Yeah, and I think then we decided to start working on Existence is Existential, which was the first and More project that came out, I think in 2015.
Yeah, I remember whenever Square came up with the title, it just cracked me up. So I thought it was the funniest shit in the world. So I was like, yes, let's do that.
Hell
That's,
yeah.
that's awesome. So
And like, we were just anxious people. I was at least. And I think we found it. I think the way that I expressed myself, and I would say him to a certain extent, is like our uncomfortableness. We expressed it through like kind of jokes and sarcasm, and so we kind of went with that kind of like existential, sarcastic perspective of what we saw in the world, and we started working together, and immediately we were just trying to like impress each other.
yeah,
And so
for sure.
shit got like kind of experimental and out of hand, and it was really fun. So we kept on working.
Yeah. That's the best
Yeah.
kind of relationship to have.
Yeah.
I feel like me and Rav have a similar thing going on where we try to impress each other, or I try to impress him sometimes, I guess,
Oh, that's cute.
Maybe. Yeah.
So
He's
I
like, he
was
doesn't
gonna-
give a fuck.
Yeah, no, that's dope. So y'all met in Austin. You said Square. You moved to Austin in 2011. Where were you prior to that? Are you allowed to
Tulsa,
share that?
Oklahoma.
Okay, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
What made you flee?
Music and getting out of there. I didn't hate it there, but I didn't want to stay there.
Yeah,
And
there wasn't
considered
much
a lot
of a path for music around there.
I mean, there could have been somewhat, but not nearly. Like, honestly, in the end, Austin didn't end up offering that much more of a path professionally, but I don't think I could have found something like AMX in Tulsa. And that
Yeah.
was a huge.
Yeah, there was a scene. Like, was there a scene at all in Tulsa?
I don't know if there was a big scene at the time. I know since I returned, there is like some of a scene, like they had like open mics and stuff, but I don't know what it was like, to be honest.
Yeah,
And I think
And,
AMX was such a special thing for us that I don't know if I could have recreated that.
and you lived in Austin for a very long time until fairly recently. You've since moved to
Till April.
Yeah, you moved to Philly now, right?
Yes.
That's
I am
awesome.
live
home
in
of the cheesesteak.
Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love.
and,
The Philly cheese.
and no one How long have you been in Austin for? You're still in Austin right now, right?
Yeah. I moved here in 2012, and so yeah, I've been here like 12 years now. Yeah.
Okay, so where did you move from?
I was in Dallas before that. Like I grew up in Louisiana for most of my childhood, and then I moved to Dallas when I was like 10.
Yeah.
And I'd been there ever since, really.
Okay. And how does Dallas
So I
compare
decided
to
go to
Austin in terms of like opportunities?
As far as the music is concerned, I honestly, Dallas does have kind of an artsy crowd where you can do some experimental stuff out there, but it's still very, I would say if there's like a ratio of experimental to genre base, I would say that they lean heavily towards the genre based side, but there's still some experimental stuff in there. So there's some cool people out there. It just wasn't a scene that I was really connecting to. I got a few shows in Dallas, but just the mentality there was a lot different than what was happening in Austin at the time. It was just a little bit more like more flex, more make club bangers kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think
really.
that's one of the main things about Dallas is a big enough city and has enough going on to where you can find anything there, but a lot of it's a really big club city.
Right.
Yeah, not the same kind of vibe. Well, you guys eventually found each other in Austin, and when you started working on Existence is Existential, is that when y'all settled on your group name?
Yeah. Wait, no.
I mean, it was during that, but not because.
Yeah, it wasn't at the beginning. No,
it wasn't at the beginning, so it was a little bit afterwards that y'all kind of came up with the name. How did y'all come up with the name?
I think pretty much like I dropped Alphabet Soup.
Salty.
Yeah. I dropped Alphabet Soup, and it kind of got around. It was like at the right time of AMX where there was like 100 people coming every night and like people really interested, and like so all of a sudden people started offering shows to me and to no one, and he started coming out to shows and we started performing together. And then so we got shows, but it started with like people would offer us shows and we would be opening for people like, Dilated Peoples or Cannibal Ox or like, people that were touring. And more often than not, you would see like them, their opener, and then maybe somebody else if there was more than that, and more as like the last thing. And like we wouldn't make the fucking poster so many times. And being like early 20s pretentious kids, we were just like, fuck them.
Yeah.
And thought it was funny to call ourselves and more, which apparently isn't Googleable. I had no
it might be the least Googleable name of all.
Literally, I tried to put ellipses, ampersand more ellipses into Google the other day, and it not only like is it that you just get like a whole bunch of results, it just won't Google it. It's like this isn't something you can Google by itself.
It'll actually send cops to your door.
You're on a list now.
You're swatting yourself.
On Apple Music, it just has us listed as more.
Yeah,
really?
No way.
It doesn't even work. It just says more.
Yeah, it doesn't like it's terrible.
Yeah, well, I mean, how could you want more? It's right there. It's right there.
So if you ever see if you ever see a poster in your town or anywhere you go, we're there.
Yeah, and if it says and more, and these guys aren't there, you can
sue the venue.
You can be like, I want my money back. Yeah, I came out for this band and they're not here. Okay, so them's the origins. You guys worked on Existence Existential, beautiful album.
Classic.
It was very explosive. I remember even Fantano noticing it, right?
Yeah, I think he posted it online.
Yeah.
Back when he was doing the online blog stuff.
And he tweeted
that's
about
right.
it.
That's right. He said something. I think it was something very like neutral.
It was like
it is
what it was. It was just like these guys have like experimental flows and they're going about existentialism. It's kind of like that.
But on Twitter it was like I think he posted like the link and either some sort of emoji or exclamation marks or question marks. It was something like clearly it it was interesting to him. You know, it roused something in him. It's
Yeah,
something
it's
that
before I got dehydrated.
that's before you got dehydrated. Yes.
Yeah, that's a story.
That's a different story for another day. That's awesome. I forgot about that. It is after what was it, 2016 or 2017 when you guys followed that record up with your second album.
Yeah, it was 2017. Existence is Futile.
Yeah, that was your sophomore album.
That was the sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with that one we were trying to kind of pull back a little bit and go more sample based. And so pretty much I think the first album was a lot of and no one's production on it. And the second album was more of my production on it. Which at the time was more sample based stuff, a little simpler, less adventurous.
How about thematically? Did you feel you guys were basically still covering like similar territory as the previous album, or were y'all trying to diverge from the
yes,
message?
but I feel like the second one was a little bit more personal. I think I feel like Existence is Existential is a bit more general in how we're trying to approach what we're thinking about. I think it's a lot more of, I would say that Existence is Existential is a little bit more social commentary focused, whereas Existence is Futile is kind of more personal, more self-deprecating.
For sure. And like, I think bringing it back and making it a little bit simpler was purposeful.
Yeah.
To kind of go with that theme. Yeah. And I think we enjoyed doing that one. I will say Existence is Existential still has a special place in my heart as the first one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so this one, the final of the trilogy, episode 6, as it were, how would you describe this album, and how is it different to the previous 2 projects in your estimation?
You go ahead.
Well, I think number one difference is process. This album we did together, almost the whole of it in the same space.
Right.
And we also this was a lot less of, I think it's where we're at as people now too. We would get together once a week at least for months and just make music that we enjoyed, and mostly instrumentals,
less
just
deliberate.
Yeah. And okay, some of these songs we made entirely in like a day, the most of the song. But for the most part, it was just like instrumentals and pieces and like kind of going where we were feeling and talking about music. So it was over the course of a much longer period of time than the other 2, I think, and spanned a much broader path of our interests, I think, than the other 2. And we came into it without an idea of how we wanted it to be perceived, and more of an idea of how we wanted to feel about it.
Yeah. Actually, I think we had discussed a general aesthetic of it at first, but I think once we started, we just kind of abandoned that because we were just kind of just flowing, and it didn't even matter to create something until after it all came together, to create something aesthetically, I mean.
And also, I would say that the other thing is that we had worked on a project that was going to be called Existence is No More.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So we had done that throughout like 2018, 2019, and worked on a lot of music for that, and then just kind of.
And also, No One's album. You guys also worked together on that.
Yeah.
That's, I would say that's 2.5.
Yeah, because I feel like listening to this album and your album, No One, both feel like culminations of like the years of you guys working together, and also just growing, individually as producers. All of your work together until now has been cohesive, but I feel like No One's album and y'all's latest album, Existences and More, are your most cohesive works till date, but also your most adventurous at the same time. It really feels like you guys have have developed a really interesting thing here that is super unique to you, the two of you, and you guys do it really, really, really well.
Yeah, thank you.
Facts, 100%.
And do you think process basically has played a big part in helping glue everything together, huh?
I think that's the biggest difference, is that I think we're at a point where we can be completely honest with each other in a creative space without taking offense, because we both trust each other so much in like that we're trying to work towards a greater good, and there's not like really a lot of ego involved. And I think that that's not a thing that is necessarily easy for me, because as we all know, as like a bedroom rappers, like I had a lot of trouble. I still have a lot of trouble working in the same room with people I don't know. And so it just takes me a really long time to build up that comfortableness. And since we've been doing it for so long, it's like we literally just like on this album, we wrote lyrics together on a lot of songs, where like there's a lot of stuff that I rap that he wrote. There's a lot of stuff that he raps that I wrote like in the moment, because that's what the part of the song we were on. It wasn't about like, hey, like, okay, we got this song, you write a verse here, I'll write a verse here, and then we'll see how they turn out. It was a lot more.
That's the
a lot of it. A lot of it was just like, what's the best thing for the project?
Right.
I think Bill and I did a similar thing on Keep the Change, where it's
nice.
It's not, it's interesting you said the no ego thing, because I forget about that so much. But at one point, 100% in my life, at one point, I think ego would have intervened with a creative process a lot more, because I would have been like, no, I have to write this part, or like, or I have to, but I'm so past that point. I'm at the point now where the people I work with, I trust their instinct and I trust their taste. Yeah. So if they make a suggestion and they feel strongly, and I'm like, yo, that shit's dope. Why you ultimately, we just want to create the best thing we can, because you're gonna look back on this, 10 years from now, 20, 40 years from now, you don't want to be thinking like, damn, I wish I wasn't tripping in the moment, because you know what?
Yeah.
His shit did sound so much better. I can never unhear it, or whatever. You don't want to have regrets. So the best way to not have any regrets is in a collaborative process is to collaborate and not hoard.
There's a certain like vulnerability in that like I think there's an aspect of it I've taken for granted, because I work with a lot of the same people and I trust people, and there's never really like a push and a pull in the same way. But like that's something you get through time working with someone, and it's cool to see how that's shaped specifically this record for you guys, because it's incredible. It's so I know that when this comes out, it won't have been out yet, so it'll be coming out in like a few days after, I think 2 days after. But like, this is my favorite thing that either of y'all have ever worked on, like solo or together. Like, I think that there's a cohesiveness there, and a lot of it comes in the production stuff, which I definitely want to talk about in a little bit here. But like a lot of it comes with the production stuff, and you guys are. I played some of the songs for some friends that were over, and I was just like, I just had it on in the background, and there was moments where people felt like y'all were like the same person, because
I was about to say that
y'all weave in and it's not just and a part of it probably is the way y'all write together and stuff, but y'all weave in and out, and y'all have different vocal tones and stuff, but the way that y'all handle it, it feels very one.
It's complementary. It doesn't feel jarring, like it's jumping from one to another. It feels like y'all keep merging into one another and out of yourselves. It's kind of like, you know what it makes me think of when I heard it? You remember the Michael Jackson music video, Black or White, where it's just like a person that keeps shifting into a different person? It's just that, but the two of you shifting back and forth is when I listen to y'all on this record.
No,
they always do that, and then they It's like a different person when they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, y'all got to recreate this video now.
I was going to also mention, before we go into the production side of things, the features that you have on this album. Are we allowed to talk about that?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna.
Yeah, if you want to.
I guess
Yes.
so. I mean,
Why- I
they're not
think-
that important.
I think y'all should, because it's, it's fun. The album's gonna be out in 2 days if you're listening to this podcast on the on the day of the release.
There's only
of
2
this episode.
features on it too.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
I hope
One
they
of
don't
them-
suck.
No, one of them is good. One of them is good.
Yeah, you decide.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So we have on one of the songs, we have Kill Bill the rapper. On the other the song, we have Rav.
Okay, you mentioned me last. Interesting.
Well, it's because I mentioned you in order of showing up on the project, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Well,
best for last.
Can we talk about one thing before, like that has
Yes.
nothing to do with it? I just remembered it for the tour announcement Discord call. Literally 2 minutes before we announced, I was in there and I just started talking about the tour.
Yeah,
I was just
yeah.
like my brain just like.
Let me recount this,
Bro,
okay?
poor
Because
guy.
Rab was not there for this, right? Meanwhile, Rab's all stressed out about the tour. He's like getting all the ducks in a row, like we're all stressed out and stuff. And we're sitting there, and everyone's like, I'm like, what do you guys think it could be? What do you guys think it could be? And everyone's like, it's a tour. And I'm like, oh, who knows what it
And,
could be?
and I had already said some other stuff too. I was like, hey, do you think it's like this stupid thing or blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, like 2 minutes before, Square
Also, a minute before I hop in the call.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which we'll get to that in a second, okay? But because that was its own brand of comedy. So Square is in there, and he just goes like, as we're talking, he's just saying like, "Oh yeah, so are you guys excited for this tour announcement?" and I try not to laugh because I realize if I laugh, and so I was like, but I just went. I said the worst thing possible. I go, the what announcement? Like
Oh
that.
my God.
To be fair, I totally saved it. I was like, I gotcha.
Yeah. Which everyone believed, by the way, totally. And so that's happening. Meanwhile, Allie, my manager, she's in there and she's texting me like I had to mute because she was in like she was at a doctor's office while this was going on. She was at the ER, okay? And so she's chilling in the ER and she's like, I'm laughing so hard in here that people are looking at me funny. And then so Rav jumps in right
Very
when we're
late.
going to make this announcement, okay? It's like a minute or two over at this point. Like,
Yeah,
he just
very
gets there.
not like me. I usually
Yeah.
am not late to these things.
Yeah, so he shows up and we're all just trying to act like that shit didn't happen.
Y'all did
good. We were just like, yeah, and then you were like, why is the vibe weird in here? I was like,
I thought, bro, they're being weird as fuck. I could tell something happened, but I didn't know what.
And then when we say what it is, so many people in the chat are like, oh my God, we had no idea 2 minutes ago. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that shit was funny.
Oh, that was great. Yeah, that was awesome. KeepTheChangeTour.com if you want to see us and more in select cities. Or
I'm sorry I cut you off. That was my fault.
Yeah, dude. Wow. Did you see that, Bill? Did you see that, Bill? He's like,
hey,
this guy doesn't
hey,
know
Mitch,
how to
can
do
we
his
get this
job.
guy? Can we get this clown out of here?
Yeah, Mitch, can
Get
you
me
fix
out of here.
Yeah, can this
We just
is
did the rest of it with no one.
Yeah,
Can
you're
you,
banned.
Can you in post? Can you shrink him a little bit, and then
Okay, Mitch, I'm shrinking.
Oh no.
keep him that small for the rest of the podcast? Now as punishment.
Yeah, okay. Mitch just shows up in his room and rolls his chair away.
Yeah. Make no one wider so that he fits the space that Square.
He's just like this.
So there you go. Yeah. So the features.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about my feature first and foremost because I care about it more than Bill's. Because it's.
Why would you say this? Why would you say this?
As I'm sure Bill cares about his more than mine, you know?
Bro, we got the thumbs down.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, bro. Not like this. Not like
it keeps happening.
Not like this.
I don't
Not
know.
like this.
It keeps happening. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Damn. Let's see. Will it change if I do this? Will it change? Will it try? No, it won't. Anyway, sorry for the audio only listeners. My camera just pulled up with the thumbs down emoji.
I'm just catching strays from your camera right now.
Yeah. The feature that I gave y'all. You know, earlier we were talking about how it's like, oh, you know, there's no ego or nothing, right?
Yeah.
There's definitely no ego, but I was a bit like, this is the first time y'all let me hop on a song with the both of y'all on it after like knowing each other for over a decade. And, you know, I don't resent y'all for it.
Yeah, it's because we don't fuck with you.
Yeah, I don't resent you for it, but you guys finally let me. And so for me, it was like, oh shit, this is a big deal. I got to make sure I put my entire pussy into it. And so I did. Thank you for letting me hop on that song. It was very cathartic for me.
You absolutely killed it. It was perfect.
You did exactly what I hoped that you would do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
For real.
I love that song so much. I can't wait for people to hear it. The production on your album, we can move past the features conversation.
No.
I will say,
Let's circle back here to the features real quick.
Yeah, I will say real quick, in terms of features, another thing that we decided when we were young and pretentious was that we didn't want to have any features on more albums.
Okay, J. Cole.
But there actually has been one feature, and it was because we did this song, and then the guy hopped onto it, and then we were like, we love this song, we have to have it on the album, but we didn't have the heart to like cut him out of the song. So we put the song on. But other than that, we've literally never had features.
Shout out to Clifton Dukes.
Yeah, he killed it. But
Artist formerly known as Mainstream.
I thought you guys were talking about me for a second.
Yeah. So look, we only wanted Rav.
But really like that song I made. Yeah, Bill was already on it. It was
Yeah.
So it's like
awkward.
zero features on Existential, and then one feature on Futile, and then two features on.
And somebody pointed out that one of the projects has 9 songs, one has 11, and now this one has 13.
Hey, yo.
Wow.
Really?
Okay.
I don't know if that's real though. That could be.
Did you know 13 Baker's dozen, right? The other day, I was trying to remember the phrase Baker's dozen, and Bill just wouldn't tell me what it is, and I was
would
really
not. I
struggling.
refused. You said a lot of. You said like
chef's dozen.
Yeah, you said chef's dozen.
Butcher's dozen.
You even said some shit akin to it wasn't this, but like dozen plus one, like some bullshit. Like it's definitely not it.
Like a silly dozen. I was just like,
you go to Krispy Kreme. Can I get a dozen plus one, please?
Yeah. Oh, can I please get a?
That's what you guys call
dozen?
it, right?
Yeah.
Silly dozen.
Can I get a wacky dozen?
I also then thought like butcher. Butcher feels appropriate, you know.
Oh,
Butcher's dozen.
Yeah. I
that
tried
sounds like
one.
Just 13 pieces of chicken.
Yeah. A very violent.
That's a
sounding
KFC
phrase.
dozen.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah. Shouts
anyway,
out to me
dozen.
being in buckets. I feel like that's how. I think everything should be in buckets personally.
I'll be
that
getting
is
buckets.
That's a conversation for another day as well. That's for the bucket episode.
Square gets buckets. Have you ever seen Square get buckets?
No.
He is a bucket getter.
I've played basketball around y'all.
No, you didn't. Shut up. Don't remind me. Fuck off, okay? That didn't happen. I erased it from my memory. I always win.
I'm definitely the best EXO basketball player. But that's not saying much.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Listen.
How
we're not
about we don't know how good of a player. You all haven't seen Bill ball like that. Come on now,
bro. It'd be crazy. I would cross up any EXO member. So
he's cross-eyed.
He'll build a baller.
When
I had to look that up. I was like, I'd cross up. That's right, right.
the way the Bill does it to you, he runs
I
up
hit you
on
with
you.
that double dribble.
What is the process of breaking ankles called?
Yeah.
Bill runs up on you. He thinks crossing you up is like just running up on you cross-eyed. You know?
Yeah.
It's just like, you don't know where I'm gonna go. You don't know where I'm gonna go. My eyes are looking
Exactly.
not in any direction.
Yeah, that is a valid tactic that I just pull up with this going on.
That is how LeBron
Yeah.
got to the heights that he did. It's just he plays cross-eyed and no one knows where he's gonna go.
Exactly.
He's got such good court vision.
He's got chameleon eyes. Each is moving independently of the other, so he's got a full scan.
That's the secret.
Yeah. Or no, that's Steph Curry's secret. That's why he can be short and good. Compared to, okay, never mind.
Because Steph Curry's not as good of a passer as LeBron. He is a good passer.
He isn't. No, you're right. You're right.
But he can see both baskets at the same time. That's why
he can. Yeah.
He's got visual. That's recon, bro.
LeBron, he actually crab walks around the court so that way he always has both baskets in sight. You know, he needs to move sideways.
Man, I haven't had this like academic of a basketball conversation.
Sorry, this is not many people know this, but this is primarily a sports podcast that Bill and I do, actually. But on occasion we talk about hip-hop.
Athletic.
Yeah, we're really good. Sports Center was hitting us up, and we were like, "Nah,
just
more money, just Sports Center." It was a center of sports, actually. I think I may be getting that one wrong. All right, so you guys are putting out this album, or you've already put out, depending on when people are listening to this. It is the last time you'll ever work together again. Period. Right?
Or talk. This is the last time we'll talk to each other. We're not talking to each other on tour.
Never again. You guys didn't even realize that we're fighting right now at this current moment.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
we got
that's unfortunate.
Right now.
Yeah. Do y'all look forward to performing any particular songs from this album on the KeepTheChangeTour.com?
Yeah, I look forward to performing the song that Kill Bill the Rapper's on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, kill-bill.net.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, the one that kill-bill.net is on. Yeah. I'm really cool. The one thing that scares me about it is that verse is so I had to do it in like 12 takes because it's so wordy. Very wordy.
Good.
People are gonna watch me stumble a lot on that one. It's gonna be beautiful.
It is a verbose verse.
Yeah. Can I give a small
I got the easiest one.
Yeah. Can I give a small spoiler about my verse? Is that allowed?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Spoiler.
I'm gonna say it right now. I have a Trey the Truth reference on it, and I was listening to a lot of Trey the Truth. I've been listening to quite a lot of whatever that album is that had Screwed Unwarned Me on it. That album, and I was like, okay, I have to do it. So
yeah. No, that's perfect. It was great. I really like how that song came out.
Yeah, me too. I really like it.
And I reference Palestine. You gotta tune in to find out what side I land on.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Tune in to see if you fuck with me or not after this song.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
No, it is very funny.
Dude, I was at the gas station last night and this dude was like, I guess he was just cleaning around the pumps. And he asked me where I was from out of nowhere. And I was like, Louisiana and Dallas? Where are you from? And he said he's from Palestine. And I was like, oh. And I had no idea what to say. Like, I was about to say I'm sorry, but then I was like, wait, no, that's fucked up. Don't say I'm from Palestine. I'm sorry. Like, what? I didn't know what to say. And I was just like,
you're supposed to go, couldn't be me. Or no, you could just say not me though.
Yeah, but the thing is I didn't realize why he was telling me at first, but it's because I have a keffiyeh on my seat in my car, and so he was just pointing at that. So he was asking me where I was from because he saw that. So it clicked. So I was like, oh, okay, I got you. Hey man, yeah, you have a good one. I hope everything gets better. That's really all I I've never been faced with that situation. It felt weird. Like
It's easy.
I wanted to
it's
express
the easiest
empathy.
situation ever, bro. It's Animal Crossing.
No, it's not.
Think about it. It's Animal Crossing. When someone runs up to you and they tell you where they're from, you just tell them where you're from. That's it.
Free Palestine, everybody.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Except Square's not going to say it because, again, you have to listen to the album
you
first.
gotta listen.
Yeah,
you gotta listen to the album.
You don't know where he's at on this.
No.
If you don't know,
it may shock you.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's a different opinion to the one he used to have his whole life until really recently. We've talked him down. Let's just say talking to your friends over and over again works.
That's
don't give up on your friends. What's it called? It's coming up, right? November. And
Thanksgiving.
November's coming. Don't give up on your friends.
Convert your family. Convert your family.
Is coming.
Yeah.
Remember.
Why do you? This is sometimes.
No, the revolution is coming.
Sometimes I go off on this podcast just praying that Bill will stop me.
I never do. Because if I do, listen. Every time I try, I know you. Okay, I've known you. I've known you for a long time, right? And I know that there's a certain button you like to push, and if someone says like, "Hey, dude, let's not push that button right now," you're just like on the button, and I'm just like, "Okay, we'll damage control it later," So
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's so true, and that's so. I'm sorry, and that's hilarious.
Yeah.
What were we talking about before we? Oh yeah, your verse show.
How my verse is like so much better than your verse.
Yeah, your verse is cool. Whatever. Anyway, Bill had to do 12 takes with his 12 writers and vocal teachers.
Well, they got paid well. Okay, that's all I gotta say. All right, listen, your verse only has like one writer, and that's kind of dumb. Mine had a budget. I got these big. See, even your camera knows what's up. Yeah.
Bill's a Vocaloid.
Yes, I am. I'm an anime girl Vocaloid, and you can hear it on this song where Square reveals his thoughts on Palestine.
What's your favorite line that you say, Bill?
Swang, swang, I'm Trey the Truth.
That's cool.
So
that's really
cool. How about you,
cool.
Rav?
Uncanny how I draw a breath. That's my favorite. But the full line is vast data etches raw self. Uncanny how I draw a breath.
Bro's drawing breath. Right
every time I listen
Bill
to
gets it. Huh?
Every time I listen to it, I think you're about to say raw sex. Every time. I'm like, as soon as this comes, I'm like, oh, he's about to say raw sex. That's crazy.
I can see him doing like battle rap ass, like hands like
to raw self.
Uncanny how I raw sex.
Vast data etches raw sex. Uncanny how I draw breaths. Uncanny how I draw breasts.
That's it. That's it.
Feeling it.
Man. Yeah. I can't wait to see. This is the soft launch of your hentai art account that you're going to be putting out. So good for you.
I want. Sorry. Go ahead, Square. I'm sorry.
My favorite line of the entire album is "French and other people, so we bone apart."
Oh yeah.
I have to say something. I had listened to that song like 4 or 5 times before you guys put the lyric video out for it. And for whatever reason, that line never registered for me, right? And so I was on stream and I played it and I saw it happen in real time. And I'm sure somebody clipped it at some point, but I paused it and I was just like, that's the best and worst line I've ever heard. Like, it's so good. It's so good.
It's really, really good.
It's so good. Yeah, that song is so sick.
I think Square came up with that line, actually.
That's why I'm so happy. I did, because of how ridiculous it is. It's dumb.
That's awesome. That's
a great line. I love it.
I like how you say that. That's my favorite line, and it's the one that you wrote.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest fucking line in the whole project.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And also, the cover art for the album is sick as fuck too. Shout out to y'all's artists.
The artist did a great job. Shout out to
Nina Doman.
Yep, that's exactly what I was about to say.
She killed it.
Hell yeah, it really fits the album mood, and I love the references to both of your solo stuff kind of converging with the car and the boat and the devastated city because Bill's been through it. You know?
Sorry.
That's how Bill ties into it. He farted in that city.
Kaiju
That's
Billy.
what happened.
My
Kaiju
fault.
Billy farted in the city. That's what happened.
Whoa,
Yeah, it's
that
like
is- That's
well, I
a
was-
great line.
Yeah, Kaiju Billy farted in the city. I mean, I'll write that one down. I'll keep it. It's like I was watching Godzilla. I was watching Godzilla 0 or minus 0. And you know, like how crazy the atomic breath is on there. Like it's like this whole scene where his like mouth opens up and it's like just very like dramatic moment. That was like what happened, but it was my ass, and I was
Puckering
farting.
up. That's when you
Yeah.
pucker your asshole up. Yeah.
I think you gotta hit it with the double line, like Kaiju Billy farted in the city, Kaiju Billy farted, now it's windy or something like that.
Oh
I
yeah.
think that'd be dope.
I do the whole
Yeah.
verse. It's just Kaiju Billy in a
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
the entire verse. Yeah, I commit
that's
way too
perfect.
hard. Yeah, like
Yeah. Shouts out Bill. Bill actually. Let's just say this: Chicago wasn't known as the Windy City until Bill visited it.
it's true, and now it's not on the map anymore. Sorry.
Why are we doing this? Why are we devolving to fart humor when we have guests on this?
This
Bill?
is
We
your
don't-
fault.
Because
We
I
don't
think
usually-
every single one of us has ADHD.
We don't usually do
pretty
humor.
offended. I'm pretty offended.
I think it's Square's influence, quite frankly.
Yeah, for sure. I always talk about farts.
He's
kinda
very.
do.
You kind of do, yeah.
Dude,
You're like really into.
I didn't want to tell you.
Thank you, Nolan. I'm glad you agree. This is an intervention, Square.
Look,
You
this
talk
might
about
be a-
farts too much. Fuck it. Let's be ADHD. Nolan, why did you name yourself No One Important?
It's kind of relevant to all that ego stuff we've been talking about. Really just because I'm very prone to getting into my own head, worrying about how I appear to everybody, worrying about just myself all the fucking time. And so it was really just a mantra, just like no one important. It's not meant to be
That's
self-deprecating, though I know it's like, it's really easy to see it that way. But it's really just me letting myself, just telling myself to not worry about my own bullshit all the time. And
It's a humbling
Yeah.
name.
yeah,
And I think
Yeah.
is like we've talked about a lot in terms of, there's this path that you can take as a young person where maybe you start at a place where you're maybe a little narcissistic and you're incredibly, or maybe narcissistic maybe is strong, but like self-absorbed, and you believe that like you have to be successful and you're special and this and that. And life may teach you that that's not the case. And your reaction, and I say this from personal experience, this is my kind of trajectory. Life teaches you through failure that you're not special.
correct.
But then there's a sadness that comes with that, and you think that the opposite of being like arrogant and self-absorbed in that way is to feel down about yourself and be self-deprecating. But then as you go on, I realize that that's just a inverted position of the ego that's in the same exact way. You're still super self-absorbed. And so I feel like the way I see his name is like that's the part of it. It's like you're not that important. Like you shouldn't feel bad about
Right,
yourself to
exactly.
that extent.
Exactly.
And that's No One Important.
That's basically
NO.
riding it out to the end of the I guess the ideological plane, I guess, if
Yeah.
you will.
And it's No One Important as in NO numerical one.
Number
Arabic
one.
numeral. Yeah.
And then
Nice.
him, yeah.
You can call, yeah, that's awesome.
There's
And
no
Square,
I.
Square, your name is Square with a C. Why is your name Square? What is
Because I'm
that?
a
So-
fucking idiot.
Because you're Square, right? So like no one has explained. There's a theme there. Bill's called himself Kill Bill the rapper, so he remembers like I'm the rapper, not the movie. He needs to remember
Yeah.
which one he is. Right?
I forget
Uh-huh.
a lot.
I forget. ... So why did you name yourself Square?
Because I see you are there.
Was it because we were MC Square?
Maybe.
Because your energy?
Bro, you said that shit like Nardwar just then. Something about that was very like. Is it because you were MC Square?
Is it because you're MC Square? MC?
Square's like, who you been talking to? How'd you know? How'd you know?
Oh, what the fuck? I didn't know.
You lived at 131, like it says an address or whatever.
You owe money to
I think I originally, I think
Johnson.
When I started making joining random YouTube rap competitions, I just went with that and then cut it down to Square, and it's like a terrible name. What's in a name,
Right?
You know?
Yeah, I don't think it's terrible.
I think it's terrible.
I think it is terrible, in the sense that if you're telling your phone is to look it up, you got to spell it out for it. Or right now, Google tends to correct a lot of it, but it's doing so less and less so as time goes on.
Yeah.
Eventually, the algorithm will be like, this is a word. Clearly, it's a word.
I mean, I think for me, a name is like a tattoo. I would rather have one that didn't have a lot of meaning to me.
Yeah.
I got one thing to throw out to you, Square. There's a video. It's like a TikTok doing a breakdown of their favorite Kill Bill the Rapper albums. Okay, and in that video, they refer to you. They also say that I'm married to Sukihana, which is I'm a different Kill Bill. She's a lovely woman, but I've never met her. But in this video where they got a few things a little wrong, they referred to you as Scar. How does that make you feel?
That's so sick.
That's what I was, but then the Lion King kind of ruined it for me.
Oh yeah.
That's what Siri says. If you ask Siri to play a song by Square, it'll be like it'll say the name of the song, then it'll say by Square.
No, this dude said straight up Scar. This dude said Scar. Yeah. No W sound at all. No U, just kind of like, Kill Bill the Rapper. And it has a great verse from Scar. And
it's nice though, because that's my real name gets mispronounced all the time. So why not?
You know what? In the future, Square, when Disney owns every shape somehow and they sue you for your name, you could always change to Scar until eventually Apple owns every injury.
Disney owns that too.
Yeah, that's true. Until then,
they own Scar. They already own Scar.
But he could write Scar differently. He could be like SCARR.
I don't know, dude.
Squareface.
Oh yeah, just like a Roblox character instead of a name.
Squarespace.
I was thinking, I thought it was a Czarface.
Oh,
reference.
I thought you said Square Face. My fault.
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay, you did.
Yeah. I was thinking more Scarface.
Oh. It's to me the idea of Scarface, but it's a Roblox character.
This right now is
exactly.
This feels like four dudes in a room who are what are we talking about? What's going on?
Yeah.
We're all lost.
What's wrong with it? That's literally what all the podcasts are when you think about it.
What are we doing right now is basically the podcast.
But editing magic will make it all better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Mitch, right? It's going to look good.
Right? Okay, I have to say something, and I'm saying it now, but before the end of the podcast, I have to tell a story because I went to tell the story early. No one wasn't in the call, but I went to tell a story earlier, and it's totally unrelated to everything else. But you guys stopped me and said, "Save it for the podcast." Okay, well we can do it now.
Well, we kind of said that so you'd shut the hell up.
We did, but we were hoping he'd forget about the story, but he remembered. So now we have to honor our promise because our word is our bond. Come on, Bill, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys about how the other day I'm hanging out in my living room, and in my apartment, sometimes they'll do random shit. Like they'll have the complex itself will put together no one left. He left. Bro just got up. Oh my god, my story is that boring. I know.
Yeah.
Just
Rav is also gone
very
now.
funny. Yeah,
My bad. My
No,
bad.
you're good. It was like the best time.
Immediately, this is trash.
I can still hear you.
Okay, so I'm chilling out in my apartment complex. They do events regularly. And so like the other day they had a blues band play just in like next to our pool and just loudly play music at like 5 p.m.
Can you imitate blues music so I can? I'm closing my eyes. I want to imagine this place. Can you give me a description of this place and do the music with your mouth?
So you've been here, but it's
Okay.
the pool, the open pool area, and then you just hear
Wait. Let me do the music. You do the lyrics.
Okay.
You hear, bum bum no.
I'm in my pool.
Bum bum no.
That shit ain't cool. Yeah.
No. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So
I'm in it. I'm there.
Yeah. But it was all muffled, so it's all like through my fucking door everywhere.
We can really do this if you want.
Oh shit.
You can make this happen.
Okay, so this is somewhat unrelated, but basically what happened is they started doing these events and they'll just play music. And sometimes I'll like poke my head out there and be like, what's going on out there? Out on my balcony, right? And so I hear music and it sounds like very like happy, not like music you would just listen to normally. It's almost like a ringtone or something, And so I'm like, what could this be? And at first I'm frustrated because I'm thinking it's going to be like a shitty band just playing out there or something. And I have to listen to that for the next 2 hours when I'm not out there. So I open it and much to my surprise, I see an ice cream truck. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it's playing blues music. No, just playing. So I say,
Okay. So is the ice cream truck? Is the ice cream truck making sounds?
yeah, it's going like playing like the fucking just on loop.
A little longer. I need a little longer. Keep going.
No,
It was playing.
No. I need more.
Chain Hang Low.
Hold on.
It wasn't that, but it was some shit like Chain Hang Low. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So who was
Okay.
playing blues?
Fuck, dude.
Okay, Square, you can't talk no more.
Okay.
Go ahead, Bill.
Okay. So I open it and I see this ice cream truck and I make the mental decision because I've never actually been to an ice cream truck. Like I've never run up to gotten, ice cream in an ice cream truck. And I was like, oh, okay, I could do this at 33 years old. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
So I sprint down because I'm afraid they're going to leave. Right. And so I had to look like the fattest of fat asses just running to this ice cream truck. Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm sprinting. People are probably looking at me, and so
The idea of a 6'4" grown man running and the sound of a ice cream truck in the distance.
I was winded when I got there. Okay. And so I get there and then I pull up to like next to, and he's not in the window. Okay. And so I'm thinking, oh, okay, he's checking his wares. I don't know what they do in these things,
He's creaming
And then
it.
I see the truck just start moving in front of me. And I was like, oh, fuck, he doesn't know I'm here. Right. And so the music kicks back on and he just starts driving. Right.
Did you try screaming and flailing a bit?
Well, I went like this. I was just like, this is the best I could do.
You should have done the thing where you jump up and down with your arms up in the air. You would have been like, oh, he wants ice cream.
Yeah. Okay. So he drives off. And so I'm defeated. Okay. My head is hanging low. I'm fucking walking back. I'm sad.
Did it wobble to the flow?
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. That was good, dude. That was good. So as I'm walking, I notice that the music is not leaving. And then I put 2 and 2 together as I'm walking back up to my apartment. I look up and I see he just moved spots. And so I'm like, am I really going to go walk down there again?
Of course not. You're going to run it. You're going to
I'm
jog
gonna
instead.
sprint. I'm not missing it this time. I wasn't fast enough. So I casually do a brisk walk to this ice cream truck. And I get there.
Like a passive aggressive
I get there,
older white lady.
Yeah,
walk.
for sure. I had like a Karen walk going on. Like I was really okay.
You're about to talk to the manager.
Yeah, for sure. So I get up there and I'm kind of worried that this guy's like that he saw me and didn't want to stop for me and that I'm going to look a little obsessed with this ice cream, But I'm putting that aside. I said, fuck it, dude. I'm just going to go up there. And so I get up there and then this like 10-year-old little girl like walks up next to me, right? And the dude opens it up. It goes, okay, who's first? And I like just pointed at her. I was like, go ahead, you go. But it's like she hadn't quite registered that she's going to have to order. And she's standing there with $5 in her hand. Okay.
Yeah.
And so she just goes, and she's freaking the fuck out. And I was like, oh, I could go. She's like, no, I got it. And then just proceeds to, for about 2 minutes straight, just go like, you know? And so she gets her ice cream. She gets like an ice cream sandwich or whatever, right? And then the guy looks at me and then he goes, what do you want? I ordered my ice cream. And then he brings it back to me and then just says, who do you think would win in a fight? The Chemical Brothers or Depeche Mode? Go.
Chemical Brothers.
I said that too, but I was like, in a fist fight or like a musical battle or what?
Yeah, what are we talking here?
And he just goes like, oh, like a physical altercation. And I'm like,
okay.
I mean, I don't know how many people are in, but I imagine the Brothers is like 2 to 3 people, but it implies that there's more than one. And I think Depeche Mode is probably a full band, right?
Yeah.
And he's like looking up how many members are in each. And then I was like, after a while, I was just kind of like, and he's like, yeah. Like, I think Depeche Mode maybe could, but like the Chemical Brothers, they have a name that feels like they've got like some strength to them. So like,
they got chemicals
let's not count
on
that
them.
out. And then I just looked at him. I was like, you just kind of clocked me to be the guy for this conversation. Without looking up, he just goes like, absolutely. And I was like, yeah. And he's sitting there. I'm holding ice cream in my hands, and it's like melting in the thing, right? And I'm like wanting to leave, but I don't. I'm kind of interested, you know?
Yeah.
And then like I say to him, I'm like, yeah, dude. Well, these are kind of melting in my hands, so I'm gonna go ahead and head inside. And he's just like, he just goes, we'll meet again, and then just shuts the thing. Like, yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, I just ran into like
you unlocked
an
a new
NPC.
friend.
Like I ran into an interesting NPC in my life. You know what I mean?
You unlocked a new friend, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I should have got his name. I should have got his name.
He's gonna be the kind of friend. Couple arcs into your future, he's gonna be saying shit like, "Yo, Rav is toxic for you, man. You gotta cut him out."
Yeah.
He's gonna be someone who's gonna be real close to you, bro. You gotta keep him close to your chest.
He's trying to inch his way into EXO for real.
Yeah, you know what? Let him do it. Let him do it.
You're right. You're right.
Mentor.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Ice cream. You scream.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mitch.
I just sell you ice cream.
Mitch.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, what's up?
The Kool-Aid flavored kind.
Mitch, can you? Are you able to whistle?
Yeah.
Can you do a quick whistle? I want to hear it. Prove it. Nice. Hey, what's going on the Patreon this week, Bill?
Oh, I'll tell you some crazy stuff that's going on the Patreon this week. Very different from other weeks, I assure you. So, listen, $5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what you can buy with that? Not a foot long anymore, but you know what you can buy? You can get
You can't even get a subscription on Twitch because it's $6 now instead of $5.
Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. But we're different. We deserve the money. Okay. So $5. You can get an extra episode every week accompanied with this free episode. So let's just say we have an episode right now. Oh, there's another one. And for all, it's like a big backlog of them, and you can just I don't know if you can download them. I don't know how that shit works. You can listen to them. You can watch them. You can go, well, Bill's looking pretty hot here. You know, you could comment that if you wanted to. I mean, you don't got to do that, but you can. However, there's more. We drop shit all the time, crazy shit, and more. We drop shit all the time, crazy shit, such as I dropped a B-sides from all of the Snow Globe Theory sessions. You can get that for $5, and it's like 23 songs or something crazy. Okay. Also, we drop pictures and stuff like that. It's fun. We do a little behind the scenes stuff too. Whatever, you know, it's weird stuff. You know. Anyway, $20 though. That's where the real high rollers go. Okay. You can get your name at the beginning of the episode where we say that whole thing about, oh, this podcast is brought to you by patrons like you or whatever, right? And
or whatever that dumbass idiot at the start says, yeah.
I don't trust him, whoever that is.
Me neither, yeah. He sounds hideous.
But for you. But also for the $20 tier, you get to be in a bi-weekly, 2 times a month, advice chat. You can ask us advice
Every fortnight.
Every fortnight, like the video game. And you could be on there and you could ask us questions about your life. Oh man, like my dog is sick or whatever. What do I do?
My dog died.
My dog
what do
died.
I do?
Yeah,
and we give you really good advice.
Yeah, we're
to questions
super
like
duper. We're so well equipped for those kinds of questions.
Yeah,
and
they specialize in grief.
People ask some really heavy questions, actually.
They do
during those parts, and I do oftentimes feel very underprepared. But we give y'all the best that we got.
Yeah,
which is not that much, but we do our best.
It's not a therapist, but it's something.
Yeah,
I think you
and
forgot the last perk.
Oh well, the last perk, the perk 30, that's that Bill is about to take before we do the. Wait, is there another perk?
Yeah, you get access to Admiral clubs for American Airlines all across the United States and select airports.
No, we don't do that no more, Square.
After the lawsuit.
Yeah, we stopped doing that from. Yeah, we never did. We never did start that actually. Yeah.
No, I thought you had that deal with American Airlines.
It fell through.
No, they didn't.
They didn't. They actually.
I can't even fly American anymore.
You can't have all you can eat shrimp in the Admiral Lounge anymore.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. Sometimes they got shrimp, I'm sure.
Well, Square and no one, do y'all have some to promote? I mean, you got the album.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Right?
Thursday night, transitioning to Friday night on the 30th at midnight. So it's that midnight, right as it becomes the 30th.
A 30th of what?
Come in the 30th of August. You're gonna come in to the Discord around 11:30 p.m. on Eastern time, Thursday the 29th. You're gonna come in there. You're gonna talk. You're not gonna talk. You're gonna be muted. We're gonna talk. Head out. We're gonna have the album release. Then we're gonna have some other special stuff coming out with the album. So I hope people come out. I'm really, really excited about this project.
And they will talk. They'll just talk not by voice, but via.
Yeah, you can chat it up, and then we'll watch it on YouTube. And you know that is what it is. Oh, I gotta tell one last thing, because everybody knows that I'm terrible at premieres. For the phenomenal premiere, I fucked up the premiere somehow, so then I had to do it manually. Another time, a premiere that I had for a song didn't work properly; it glitched out, so then I had to just put it up. This time, I set the release date of our album for a day when I'm gonna be out of town in Oklahoma City.
Let's go!
Yay!
So I'm gonna be in a hotel room with everyone.
Yeah,
everyone. Yay!
A meeting in Square's hotel room.
That's gonna be awesome. You better pull up. Better pull up.
Please
Where
please come through.
Where can people find you?
Square.net.
Yeah, I have a link tree somewhere. We'll put it in the description as they.
How will people find socials? Give us your socials.
I am Square on Twitter and Instagram.
No one important. No1mportant. Just look that shit up, man. It's Googleable.
Hell yeah.
Googleable.
Unlike and more.
Unlike and more.
Yeah, don't look and more up.
And where can people find and more?
Don't.
Don't worry.
On every single poster for any show.
Yeah,
or festival. We've been on festivals
artists.
across the world.
Or
Your
at
album-
a Badcock.
Your album is available when this comes out. It's available on all streaming platforms. Is that
All
correct?
streaming platforms.
That's correct.
And some non-streaming platforms.
What are some of the non-streaming
Bandcamp, right?
Yeah, and Bandcamp.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
Bandcamp.
streaming though.
Are y'all putting anything out physical?
Yeah, we are. I don't know why I want to keep it secret.
Okay. Is anything
not
dropping this
secret.
Friday?
Yeah, it's all dropping.
What
Say
could it be, I wonder?
Share it with us.
Even the physical?
Yeah, it's a pre-order. We're gonna do vinyl and workout headband and more workout headband.
What?
Let's go.
On
Yo.
Friday.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do some test pressings that are autographed as well.
Yeah,
That's
that shit's gonna
fire.
be sick.
Damn.
I will
might
buy
want
I'm
one.
very
those.
excited about this.
I was gonna say I think I
very
might
excited
cop
about
one.
this release.
Yeah, me
Hell
too.
yeah.
I love
And this
album.
will be my, well, actually, I guess I was on shift, but this will be like my first official time releasing something with EXO. So that
true.
feels
Yeah.
really cool.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad
Hell
to be
yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Well, thank you
people
so
gotta
much. I
love
mean,
it.
we feel like we've been along for the ride for all the previous and more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only makes sense. It feels good. It feels like I don't know, like every few years an and more album is put together. It feels like it's become a ritual. You know, it's awesome, and I hope it doesn't
Yeah.
stop. I hope neither one of you
We're the
soon.
Tarantinos of the underground rap game. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
long as
we
neither
like
one of you
feet.
dies
Yeah,
soon.
feet. There's
Anytime
because of the
soon.
feet.
Because
Yes.
Feet.
All the feet.
And on that note, you are now tuning into Void FM.
4050 deep, why don't you turn around and let's get back and into the table. Okay. Let this turn around to your right. Set up. Forward. Let's just lead him. Alright, better. Take a look and walk around it. Just deny that field if you, pick up, the main set. I don't want to go into the side of like for you. That's right now. Let them get a view from there and, I'll see what the field of view looks like.
The following is a preview of this week's Patreon exclusive episode. Available now over on the Void FM podcast Patreon.
All right, this
Damn.
game, the class of early access. What is it? So Mitch almost ran into the polar bear.
Oh shit! Fuck.
Square's always be making food.
Run. That happened to me in real life when I broke my leg.
Yeah,
Here he
but
goes, talking about his leg again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Me and my
when
war
he starts
stories.
talking about his leg.
See, I can do it good.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that.
Oh my goodness, we got Shakira in the
Hey,
building.
everybody.